Quilting Tale today. My name is Shaylin, and today is part 2 of my new quilt pattern Fallelujah that I am just putting together as I go. If all goes well and I get all the fabric requirements and dimensions all sorted out, I'll put this in a pattern that'll make available on my website in the end. So far I've made a maple leaf unit, 2 of these. There's a video that I'll link for that one. And so today I'm going to show you how I'm going to make the baskets unit. Each unit is going to have 4 baskets going around a center point. So I'll go ahead and walk you through those steps and share some advice as I figure it out along the way. Here I have my pieces all best pressed and cut out, and now I'm taking the L units and drawing a line diagonally from corner to corner on all of them. Then I'll take my brown K units and put the 2 pieces together, right sides together, sewing a 1/4 inch away from my drawn line. Chain piecing makes this go a lot faster. Once my pieces are separated, I'll cut along the penciled diagonal line. And now I'm going to carefully peel them open so I don't distort the triangles along the bias edges. I'll just give them a press, first a dry one and then with a little mist. I press to set the seams first. Once they're all pressed open, I will trim them down to size. And I'll do this for all 4 pieces. Now it's time to lay out my basket unit. I'll use orange in some and green in the other to make a leaf. I'll start by sewing the first 2 columns together, checking for any seams that might not nest, such as this one up here. I'll want to press one seam the opposite direction so it'll nest later on. Now I'm just going to chain piece the first and second column pieces together. And now I'm going to attach the 3rd column to those units. And next is the 4th, and this is where that seam pressed in the opposite direction will help. I'll also sew the bottom 2 rows together. Here's the bottom 2 rows coming together. Just making sure my edges are all aligned. Now the 3 top rows go together. The bottom 2 can be attached to the basket bottom piece. Just keep connecting, making larger units as you go. I'm just checking that my points aren't cut off. They're all looking good. Use pins to make your points align. If you measured nicely, the 1/4 inch should hit them just right, but always check them as you open each row. Now I'm going to sew the side piece on and attach the bottom of the basket to the bottom 2 rows here. Here's the 4 units finished, and I was just going to show you how I'm going to sew them. Just like the maple leaf units, I would sew these 2 together, followed by these 2, and then sew the rows together. I do want to see one more layout before I commit to this one. I was intrigued by this one, just turning the basket inside instead of pointing away, because it will make a star in the middle. So it almost looks a bit like a churn dash block. The borders, you can't quite see them. It kind of has a churn dash effect. I opted to point the basket outward so it looks more uniform with the maple leaf units I made earlier. And here is the finished unit. I have 2 of them. One's behind me on the wall, and this one turned out great too. I want to come in close and share a tip about fabric choice when you use a colored background. One thing that I didn't think about considering before deciding to make the green color part of the basket and the leaf is that there are a few places where it will be touching the background fabric. There's just 2, they're full squares here, and at first I had used a lighter one that didn't have a lot of other colors in it, and it lost the definition of the leaf, and so I did swap out a few. This one has brown in it, this one has the orange and brown acorns, and so I felt like it just helped define the leaf in there a little more. So that might be something, if I were to redo this, maybe do all brown, or just make sure that it's not, these 2 squares aren't so close to the background color, because you can see when I used all orange, the leaf shape within the basket is much more defined. I hope you're enjoying watching this quilt come together. Next time I'm going to move away from traditional piecing and give applique a try. I have an oak leaf acorn unit planned, and I think I'm going to try an applique method that I haven't done before, so stay tuned for that. If you like and subscribe, that's a big help to my channel, and you won't miss future videos showing this quilt coming together. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.